Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. Today in this very video you're going to be learning how to make these beautiful structure effects. It's kind of trending and I decided to bring it to you guys. So if this is like what you're interested in, please stay tuned until the end of this tutorial. So you're going to be needing a strip of fabric for this, and you're going to be needing a Regilin boning. Okay, I didn't say a plastic boning, it's mainly Regilin boning. So I'm going to be making use of this paper illustration to show you guys how I came about my strip of fabric. So I went ahead to fold my fabric into two, just as you can see me doing like this, and then I cut out the width that I needed. And the width that you need for this is going to be the width of your Regilin boning. And then you're also going to consider the length that you want. So if you want your longest structure to be 18 inches, that way you're going to cut out 18 inches, but before you cut it out, note that it's going to be on fold. Okay, so 18 inches plus 18 inches is going to be 32 inches. So you're going to place on fold and cut out 18 inches. I believe you understood me. So right now this dotted line that I marked out is just 2.5 inches, meaning that I have it not on fold. Okay, so the first one I cut out was showing you how you're going to cut it out on fold, and this one is showing you assuming you have your fabric right here. You're going to just place it this way and then mark out 2.5 inches on the fabric, and then cut this strip of fabrics. Then once you cut it out, you're going to then fold into two, just as you can see me doing like this, and then mark out the longest one, the medium one, and the short one. Okay, so the first one I'm going to be making it 12 inches. That should be my longest one, so I have it to be 12 inches, meaning that once I open this up, it's going to be 24 inches. Now I went ahead to reduce this at 3 inches interval, so my next one is going to be 9 inches. Now I went ahead to mark out 9 inches and then I cut it out, and that is going to be my second one. Now going over to the third one, I'm going to be making it 6 inches. So you can see I reduced this by 3 inches interval. Okay, so now I noticed that this one is kind of too small, so I decided to make this last one my first one. Okay, so this one I decided to make use of the entire paper. Okay, so I made use of this, so I marked it the first one and went ahead to remark the second one, which is 12 inches, to be the second one, and the previous third one to be the I shall believe that you understood me. All right, so now this is what we have, and that was exactly how I cut out this strip of fabric that I have. Okay, so you can see them, and you can see that one is the longer one is the shorter one, and one is the longest one. So I have it in place into four. So the next thing I'm going to do right now is to go to my sewing machine and stitch this down using 1/2 inch, so you can see. And then I'm going to cut off the excess allowance. This is because I want it to be able to turn very well. You know that this is kind of tiny, so to turn this around I'm going to be making use of this loop turner. So if you don't have a loop turner, you're going to be making use of a stick or anything available to you that you can use to turn this out. But for me, I prefer to use this loop turner, but because it's very good to turn out tiny strip of fabric. Okay, so I went ahead to turn this around, and mind you, when I was sewing this, I sewed on the wrong part, and now I'm turning it over to the right side. Okay, so I'm going to go over to my ironing table and iron this. So I'm going to iron this in. So you can see that the seam allowance is actually in the middle, so do yours just like that. Now once you're done with that, you're going to have to insert your boning, and to insert your boning, you have to trim off the sharp edge, okay, to avoid any kind of poking, because this is very sharp, although it's not going to affect you in any way, because you're just going to insert this right in front of your dress, or wherever you want it, maybe on your sleeve or any part of your dress that you want it. So I'm going to cut this out, the excess out, without minding if I have any seam allowance to sew this. Okay, because I'm not going to be minding that, so I'm just going to go ahead and trim this off, just as you can see me doing like this, and I'm going to repeat the same thing for all the whole strip of fabric. Okay, so once you are done inserting this, you can see that this one is kind of spiral. Okay, it's kind of coily, and so I'm going to go to my ironing table and then straighten this a little. Okay, so once you are done and you find yours like this, go ahead and use your iron to iron this out. Okay, so now this is how you're going to arrange this in place. So you're going to start with the smallest one to the following one, and then the other one, and then the longest one. Okay, so the shortest one should be in the middle. Okay, just as you can see me showing you right now. So the next step is for me to stitch this down together. So go ahead and arrange this in place, and then use your needle and thread to hold this together. Okay, so I'm holding one part of it right now. Once I am done holding one part, I'm going to go ahead and then knot it and move over to the other parts. Okay, so now I'm done. I'm going to go ahead and knot it down, and once you are done knotting it down, you go over to the other side and repeat the same thing. So you can see the way I'm arranging this. Go on and arrange yours that way. All right, so once you are done arranging it, bring in your needle and thread again, and then hold them together. So this can be very difficult because there is Regling boning inside. Okay, so you can see why it's important to make use of a Regling boning, because a Regling boning can be sewable, but plastic boning you can't do otherwise. Okay, so this is it. I'm trying to tack it down, and after I was done tacking it down, the next thing is for me to tie both ends together, just as you can see me doing like this. So after I must have tied it, make sure that you tied this very well. Okay, and once you are done tying it down, go ahead and also knot it. So you can see the way I'm trying to knot it, and once I am done, I'm going to cut off the thread and then try and knot it more. And then once you are done with that, I'm going to be showing you how you should place this on your fabric. Although you can place it any way you want, it's your choice and your preference. Okay, so I'll be using a contrasting color of appliques to show you how you're going to be covering this. But if you want to do yours, make sure that you use a matching color. So this is my appliques. I'll cover it this way. Now this will bring us to the end of this tutorial. Please, if you enjoy it, please do make sure to give this video a thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't done yet. I will see you in my next one.